All right, we got strength day, day 4, probably one of the crowd favorites when it comes to the workouts. Now, we have 4 main lifts, and I want the intention to really put as much, to really try to go as heavy and as hard as you can with these lifts and make sure that you rest adequately. I don't want you just like blowing through these. We gotta act and do the workout with the right intention, right? So we have back squats for 3 sets of 8. You're taking anywhere from a 2 to 3 minute rest in between. If you can continually work up to a heavier set, go ahead and do so. Then we're gonna switch into our chest when we're gonna be doing some incline dumbbell bench. Again, 3 sets of 8, rest in between. Then we're gonna go back down to our legs to our barbell step up. So we're gonna be doing 3 sets of 8 on each leg, so it's gonna get a little bit taxing there. And then finally, to hit our triceps or lower part of our trap, we're gonna be doing some weighted dips for anywhere from 10 to 12 reps for 3 sets. After we've got our 4 main lifts out of the way, then we're gonna get into some accessory lifts. So we're gonna be doing Arnold presses, 3 sets of 10. Then we're gonna move into some lateral raises, get our shoulders going. Anyway, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. And then finally finishing off the triceps with some dumbbell skull crushers for 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Again, you're looking to rest anywhere from a minute to a minute and a half between those accessory lifts. So I'm gonna show you how to do all of that in the next video. All right, we're starting off with back squats. So before we get started, I just wanna break down the form for our squat. So now with the back squat, I want you guys to get about shoulder width apart, maybe slightly wider. I know everyone has a different kind of squat stance, so we gotta find what's comfortable for you. So for me, it's a little bit wider. My feet are pointed forward. You can point your toes a little bit out, but what I want you to do is to focus on screwing your feet into the floor. So pretend you have like a newspaper or a magazine or something in between your feet, and you are essentially taking your feet. Here are your toes, these are your heels, right? And you're trying to spread the earth with your feet. So we're creating a lot of torque, a lot of tension. You should feel that run up through your legs. You should really start to feel get nice and tight. That's gonna help you create a lot more force in the squat. So we're here screwing our feet. So it's not that I'm just bowing my knees out, but I'm screwing my feet into the floor, grabbing the floor with my toes. You can feel it run up my hamstrings, my glutes. Now from here, when I get underneath the bar, you can have a low bar position, so I screw my feet into the floor, I'm up underneath the bar. From here, I'm just gonna push my hips back slightly. That's gonna help me drop into the right position so that I'm not jumping my knees forward. That's not what we wanna see. So here, back, and then I'm pulling myself down to the ground as far as I can go, preferably to parallel before coming on back up. If you need to use a box for box squats or anything like that to help you get depth, go ahead and do so. That is a modification we can make. So we're here, getting up underneath the bar. Screwing my feet into the floor. Nice. I have a wider stance. Pulling myself down to the ground, thinking knees out the entire time as I drive on up. It's going down, driving up. We just don't want to see you start to go down and then hinge at the waist. We want to make sure that we're dropping our butt all the way down for those squats. Next, we're going to be moving into dumbbell incline press. So, get a bench, get your dumbbells. I just want you to make sure that you're maintaining all 5 points of contact with the ground and or the bench. So 1, 2, my butt is 3, my back is 4, my head is 5 before I get those weights on up. So when you're doing the dumbbell bench, you don't need to come out straight out to the side. That's gonna put a lot of stress on your shoulder. You can come out just down a little bit so your angle is not all the way tucked. It's just giving you a little bit of wiggle room there. Be easier on the shoulders here. Then you're going to drive on back up. So it's here. We don't want our elbows coming in, we don't want it out. We want to try to keep our forearms vertical. So you're nice big stretch, right? Nice big stretch. Driving up, coming together, squeezing for the dumbbell incline bench. After that, if you have a box, you have a bench, whatever it is, you're gonna place the barbell on your back. You're gonna do step ups. So for the step up, all you're doing is you're lifting your leg up using that hip flexor here, coming on up, so we're here, and then you're driving up from this front leg. You're trying to minimize the amount of force that you use off that back leg. We want to really be mostly off that front leg. Touch and go, touch and go for the reps. Then we're going to move into weighted dips. So if you have a dip horn or dip bar, all you can do is strap some weight onto you if you have a belt. If not, you can hold the dumbbell in between your thighs. So you can come here, hold the dumbbell in between your thighs and do the dips, right? If you don't have that, then you can do chair dips. So the easiest would be legs out in front here, doing a dip. And then harder would be actually propping your legs up on another bench and then weighting yourself down. When you're doing the dips, a big thing that I see a lot of people do is they just completely forget about like setting their back. What ends up happening is that their shoulders tend to round forward like this, causing a lot of compressive force here. So we still want to think big chest, so pull our shoulder blades back, draw our elbows up nice and wide till you get to that like 90 degree, then press through the palm, squeezing that tricep at the end. So next we're going to move into our actual accessory work. So we have Arnold press. I don't care if you do the seated or if you do it standing. Standing, you'll get a little more core engagement. So we're bringing those dumbbells up in that front rack position. Arnold press here, out wide, press up, bring back down, holding tension, bring in, out, press, in, out, press for the reps. And then we're gonna move into lateral raise. So again, doesn't need to be super heavy weight. For the lateral raise, one thing that I like to do is I try to take as much of the grip out of it, because if you're gripping, you're gonna end up using more of your arm to kind of take over the weight, and I want it to purely be targeted to that shoulder. So I try to have as loose as grip as possible so my forearms aren't working as much, and I'm purely focusing on raising with that shoulder. And you don't need to come up here with it, just about to parallel and then control it. Controlling it on the way down is going to be a game changer for you. And then lastly, we have dumbbell skull crusher. So you'll have your dumbbells, get on your bench, press them up. You can have your hands neutral, then set your shoulder blades down and back, and then you're only going to be bending at the elbow joint. I want you to pretend that this is a hinge joint, and no, your arms cannot move up, down, left, right. They can only hinge at that position. Go down as far as you can, come back on up for the reps. If that position hurts, you can also try this position and then go down as well, just depending on what you have available to you. So that is it for the strength portion, and I'll see you in tomorrow's workout. See you later.